Hello, good evening, and welcome to Grow to Glow. I am Dr. Thashna Walsh. Thank you for joining me this evening. Now, I just wanted to have a little quick chat. I always say quick, but it never is quick, but I'll try to be quick. Um, I have a stack of cards here that I made, and these are cards that I just didn't sit and make them all at once. Every time I was inspired by something someone said or something I read or something that just came to me, an epiphany, a revelation. I wrote something down. I wrote it down on a card. And I used to have these cards on a board across the room where I could see them. And I find that over the years, I have embodied all the things that were on the card. So they've become part of me. But every now and again, you need to be reminded. So if you're walking this walk of self-discovery and self-elevation and ascension, then you're constantly reminding yourself how to stay in high vibration, how to be in alignment with the things that you're trying to accomplish in your life. So every day, every morning, um, I pick up the stack of cards and I shuffle it. And I shuffle it until one kind of just flips out. But before I do that, I kind of set an intention asking God to show me, to guide me for the day with one of the cards. Okay. So it's almost like, those Doreen Virtue cards that you can read, angel cards, and they tell you the path for the day, the guide for the day. Well, these are my own guides that I have created. And then there's always one card that flips up. And I say, okay, that is a card that God, the universe wants me to focus on today. And today, the card that popped up says, you see that? Love Rampage. Now, I got this Rampage thing from Esther Hicks, otherwise known as Abraham. I used to binge Abraham at one point when I was just really learning about myself and how to manifest things in my life. Um, for example, my love life and money and just being more in alignment with feeling good. And I remember once she was doing a rampage about love. Um, and so I did this because I realized that how important it is to write things down that you love to do. So it's another way of putting it is gratitude. The things that you love, the things that you appreciate, the things that really rocking your world, um, and you're grateful for, big and small. So that's the card I pulled out today. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about that because we get up every day, every morning, and sometimes most of us, okay? So just be honest with yourself because there's some mornings where I will get up. I'll never get up without doing my meditation anymore. Since last year, January, I promised myself that I was going to meditate every day and I stuck to that. And now I can't seem to function if I don't do it, which is good because it puts me in a state of vibration, good vibration, high vibration. And I set my intention for the day. And my day tends to just work out along those lines and gives me the things that I want or set the opportunities in front of me so my day goes really smoothly. So I'm not changing that because that makes my life easy, right? And easy is what I'm about. So, so Love Rampage, when I wrote that down, it was basically to remind myself to be grateful for the things that I had and for the things that I will have and the things that I have had in the past, including the good and the bad, because I had to teach myself that it didn't matter whether things were happening that seemed that they were good or whether they were bad. They were all good. There's no evil in the world. The evil only comes from our mindset and how we actually perceive the thing that's happening. Okay. So when you're in a state of love, when you're in a state of gratitude, when you're in a state of ease, then you're creating more of that. And I wanted more of that in my life because I was finding that things will happen one minute and it didn't happen the other. And then I realized I wasn't being very grateful. And that word gratitude, I was finding it difficult to deal with that word. But when Esther Hicks talked about the love rampage and said it was basically the same thing because you're basically listing and talking about things that you love. It made it so much easier for me because then I could talk about my daughter. I could talk about um, my granddaughter. I could talk about the relationship I was in. I could talk about my family. I could talk about the birds and the bees and the planet and the nature. And I could talk about my clothes. I could talk about dancing and what I love dancing. And so I just go on a rampage, just sitting there and just talking to myself about all the things that I love. And you know what happens when you do that? It makes you feel so good inside. It makes you feel so good. And that thing called gratitude kind of just comes out of nowhere. Because when you talk about love, gratitude automatically spills out of you. Likewise, when you talk about things you're grateful for, love automatically spills out of you. So I wanted to share that if you're finding things a little bit difficult in your life and you're finding that you're moaning and you're groaning and you're wincing and you're whining, um, that's because if you think about it, you're not really truly being grateful. Because the things that you're wincing and you're whining about, if you turned around and found the lessons within them, you could find something to be grateful for. Because until you find something to be grateful for within that situation or that thing or person or whatever it is that's rubbing you up the wrong way, until you find something to be grateful for with that, it won't go away. It will never go away because then you keep talking about it. You know what happens? You're creating more of it because out of your mouth you create. In the Bible, it says death and life is in the power of your tongue. And those who eat the fruit will, or something along the lines of those who practice that will eat the fruit. So if you keep talking negative, then you're guaranteed to have more negative things. But if you turn that around and just start being grateful, just sit down and write down 50 things every day that you really, really loved throughout that day. 50 things that happened that you really love. And it could be something as little as just looking at the person that walked past you and her shoes were really cute, you know, or you like that guy's tie, or you love the chair you're sitting at work, or your coworker brought you a cup of coffee and it was so nice and kind, or you saw somebody on the train or on the bus that reminded you of someone that made you smile. Anything. And it's always good to find something different every time, finding something different because there are umpteen things, millions of things. And because we haven't practiced that attitude of gratitude, then sometimes to begin with, it feels really hard. I remember when I first started gratitude, I found it difficult to find 5 things. I'd have to just list out people in my family. But then when he said, okay, it can't be somebody in your family, then it's like, okay, I'm breathing and I live in a house, thank God, and I have a job. Okay, you can start with those things, but you want to go even deeper. You want to go deeper. And one of the things that I am most grateful for is the ability to process information through my mind and connect with my higher self, things like that. So try to get deeper each time. Try to get deeper each time because in doing that, you're starting to open up this huge, phenomenal well of treasures within yourself when you start being grateful for the little things. So no more of the self-deprecation and talking down to yourself. And because every time you cuss somebody out or you say something negative about somebody, you're saying it's about yourself. I've said this before. You are a mirror. We are mirrors of each other. We're all the same. So whatever is going on with that person over there that's irritating you, it's reflected from you. So you need to go inside yourself and say, okay, what do I need to release now? What I need to let something go, something I'm holding on to something. It's not that person. I guarantee you, it's not that person. Because if that person went away, you'd find somebody else to start putting the blame on or start putting to shame and moaning about. But no matter where you go, if you notice that you take yourself wherever you go in the world, and you always find something to whine about, right? You always have something, oh, it's that person's fault. What are they doing? Oh, that's so stupid. I don't like her, whatever. But if you are loving yourself, unconditionally loving yourself, really appreciating yourself, get up in the morning and go, okay, so my hair needs to wash. but thank God I've got hair and it looks good. I'm going to wash it and I'm going to feel amazing. You go, you wash your hair, you feel great. And oh, you get up in the morning, so you don't look like you put on your makeup or anything like that, but your skin is great, you know. And if it's not great, then you tell yourself, what is it that I need to do to make it great? Because we are all here experiencing life in this body, and we should just appreciate the body for being here to experience life. So that's one thing you could be grateful for. So grateful for your body. So whether your skin's breaking out or not, just be grateful for your body. And you know what? The more you love on your body, the more your body will love on you. And it will start to inspire you in ways of really taking care of it so that you will look and start feeling good. So you just got to look at your face and go, it is beautiful. Okay? Some people don't even have a face because of things that they may have been through or things that's happened to them or some genetic disorder that they've got. You got a beautiful face, love your face. Okay, you got a beautiful body, love your skin, love your eyes, love your nose, love everything about yourself. Okay. Um, so what I was gonna say something, I lost my trail of thought, but sit down and be grateful because when you start loving yourself, when you love you, you automatically love everything outside of you. And no matter what anybody does outside of you, it doesn't trigger you, it doesn't bother you because you are solid in yourself. You are feeling good in yourself. You know that that person is a reflection of the God of God, just like you are. Okay. But obviously, they've got some blockage somewhere. And therefore, you can then have compassion and maybe go on and say, look, can I help you with something? Put my arm around somebody and say, hey, everything's going to be all right. Or help somebody with the issue that they're having. And if they push you away, send them a blessing. Send them a blessing. And then you're giving to the world. You're giving and you're not taking away, and you're not taking away from yourself either. You're also giving to yourself because in blessing someone, you're blessing you. So go on a love rampage today about all the things that you love. And that list should be very, very long because there are a lot of things out there that you should be, you should be, well, I say you should be, but you could be appreciating. Okay, so I haven't done mine yet because I only just pulled the card out earlier. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write. I'm going to write and I'm going to write. And I love this because of the effect that it has. It's the effect that you're going for because what it does is opens up your heart. Your heart feels like it's just blooming and flourishing and it just opens up. And then you feel so full of love that you just then want to project it onto whoever is close to you or just project it onto the world. Just close your eyes and project it onto the world. If we were all doing that every single day, wow, the world would transform in such a magnificent and a ginormous way. We wouldn't even recognize the place that we live in. But instead, what people are doing, they're looking at the news, what's going on over in Palestine. And I'm not saying you ignore all of those things, but putting your attention onto it and feeling sad about it and cussing about it and wincing about it is just creating more of it. You're creating more of that energy. So what you need to be doing is sending compassion, sending love, and wrapping joy and peace and ease and release and love around the situation as opposed to putting your attention, your venom, your anger into it, because then you're just making it worse. Okay, so go on a love rampage for anything that's really annoying you. Find things that you can be grateful for to go on a love rampage for. Or if you can't go on a love rampage for something, then you can go on a love rampage within yourself and project that love into something else that needs it. Okay, hope that makes sense. So I'm going to go do mine. I hope you're going to be doing yours. And if you want to share in the comments, I would love to see them. I would love to see all the things that you're grateful for. And yeah, have fun doing this. It's supposed to be fun because what it does is changing your vibration, it's changing your energy, it's changing your frequency. So you're attracting better things towards you. And whoever you're projecting it to, you're also helping them to attract beautiful things towards them as well. Okay, so sending you love. You're gonna be on my list. Okay. Enjoy the rest of the day. Till next time. Cheers.